Okay, long time. It turned into this thing. The no months and vinyl videos. It turned into this thing where I was like, oh well, I have a record coming in like a week, so I'll wait to film it until I get that record. Then I'll do it. And then it just kind of kept happening. I kept putting it off. So it's been 4, 5 fucking months. I don't know, but I have a fuck ton of records, and we're just gonna get through them. There's actually one. I have one on display right now that I forgot to grab. That'll be the best for last, I guess. Yeah. All right. So first off, it's a single. It's a 7-inch. It's the only one I think of this set of this massive pile, and it's Jack Cruz, "The Flame of Fate," which is it's True Love's Flame and Dancing in the World of Love. These are the songs that were on that like David Lynch Netflix short, "What Did Jack Do?" Where basically David Lynch talks to a monkey, finding out who killed some lady named Tutanabon. If you have 18 minutes to kill, I recommend it. It's a fucking nightmare. But yeah, my sister got me this. The second thing my sister got is this. The Halo Benders, God Don't Make No Junk. Now the Halo Benders are Doug Marsh and Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson. They're it's some sort of super group, I guess you could call it, because Doug Marsh is the frontman of Built to Spill, and he's also in Tree People. And Calvin Johnson is the guy from Beat Happening, which was like a huge indie band in the 80s. This is a cool project. I like the Halo Benders. They're really weird. Like Calvin and Doug's voice are like yin and yang. I recommend giving them a listen. This one has a "Don't Touch My Bikini" on it, which is pretty weird. I also like was it Virginia Reel Around the Fountain? That one's good enough that Built to Spill would play it in live shows a lot back in the day. I don't know if they still play it. I don't think I've ever heard them play it. I've seen them. All right, so this one's interesting. So I got this from a Bull Moose, and let me see if you can figure out why it's interesting. Okay, did you figure it out? All right, I'm gonna spoil it to anyone who's only listening to this. This Matt and Kim album, Grand, it's their first album. It was $8. The reason why is because someone clipped the side and this side. Now, I don't condone gore like this, but for this, like dog tagging it on this side, I can almost understand, because then you can just pull the record out like that. Okay, makes sense. So you can see it was like this. I do it upright so it doesn't fly out. But the record's fine. It's in good condition, so I figured I'd get it. It's almost like a story in and of itself. But what's funny about this is that it actually has ticket stubs from presumably when this guy who had this before saw Matt and Kim live. I'm not going to show them to you because they have the guy's name on it, so we're gonna leave that between me and between myself and whoever happens to show up at my house to look at this Matt and Kim record. As for this record itself, I like their second album a lot more, but this one's good. I mean, it has Daylight and Good Old Fashioned Nightmare. You kind of can't really go wrong with that, especially for $8. And this is another one I got that same day. This one isn't in as bad of a condition. It's for $13 I got Day and Age by The Killers. I keep thinking it's a gatefold. This album is, well, in like high school, I feel like everyone in high school got really into The Killers, as did I. And I really like The Killers. I think the first time I listened to this album was when I kind of started to not like The Killers as much. This is a nice poster though. Like, I like the polka dotted look. It really stands out and has this like shimmery, like holographic look to it that makes it look really nice. I don't really care too much for this album except for a couple of tracks. Like Spaceman's really good. and so is Losing Touch and Neon Tiger. I really want to know if Neon Tiger is a reference to the Mega Man X boss. I'd be very, very curious if Brandon Flowers was a fan. And it's just a typical black vinyl. You'd think they'd go crazy with the color, considering the cover, but I don't know if this was an original pressing or not. Maybe back then they didn't care enough. But yeah, the Killers. This is actually my only. This is the only Killers album I have. This also kind of has a weird, like, tactile feeling to it. I should probably get Sam's Town at least. I do like Sam's Town. Okay, I was wrong. I do have another 7-inch. This is actually unopened. I never opened this. I got this from like a Metric care package that had like a bunch of stuff. It had oh, here it is. It has this Empty patch. You know, Empty is a song by Metric. It has a sticker and a shirt. I wear the shirt a lot. It's a nice shirt. The Darth Vader shirt. No one's gonna get that. But here, I'll open this live on stream. That'll be cool, right? Ooh. I must have just gotten busy. It never occurred to me to open this. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Don't worry, I'll throw that in an actual trash can later. It says, Love You Back and Die Happy. And I think Die Happy is a single off of, I think it's on Art of Doubt, but I'm not sure. Still haven't listened to that one. This appears to, ooh, alright. It's a nice, it looks like red when you're looking at it like this, but when you shine it to the light, it's like this dark pink almost. I really like it. It looks cool. I'm glad I opened this on video, so you get my live Untamed reaction. That said, I was wrong about that only being the only 7-inch I had. I think I already said that. Whatever. Okay, here's one. Here's a cool one. What the fuck is the name of this record? This is Modern English, right? No, this isn't the Modern English one. That's the next one. His Name Is Alive. This was weird. This was the one I took a chance on. I say that, but I still haven't listened to it. This is so strange. I remember looking this up. It came out in 1990. It was on. Is it 4AD? Is that why I got it? Yeah, it's a 4AD record. You know, 4AD was like that indie, that like kind of like weird label from the 80s. They had like the Cocteau Twins and Modern English. That's why I got confused. So I still need to listen to this. I'm curious as to how it sounds. Hope it's good. But even if it's not, oh well, it's only $10 lost. It's alright, yeah, Ricochet Days. This is the Modern English album. This was the album they made after I Melt With You, which I forget what it's called, that album in particular. But that album's good. I'm curious as to how good this album is. It's in pretty good condition, as I just peeked at. And it's another 4AD album. Ooh. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't really been doing a lot of listening lately. It's usually because I listen to records mostly when I'm watching or when I'm writing, and I haven't really been writing a lot. But I digress. You know, I'm looking at some of these records I have, and I'm surprised. Like, I forgot that I hadn't already shown this. I've had this for so long. Like, I think I got this back in March or April. This is the Splatterhouse 2 soundtrack. This is another bootleg. I don't think this was Kawadeka, but I think I found them through Kawadeka, if that makes any sense. It comes with a lithograph of the cover. It's one of those things that like bootlegs like to do, where they like to add a little extra, which I like, but I also don't really get the point of something like this when you have, you know, I have the cover already. Why would I want it again? If it's not going to have like a lyric sheet too. It's being a pain. I don't know. It's like alright, Jesus Christ. It's adding something for the sake of adding it. I'd say. Does it come with anything else? Yeah, there is. Alright, hang on. There's a sticker. Yeah, Splatterhouse 2. That makes more sense. Although I wonder if that's if the sticker has the background along with it, the white background, that would really look good. I kept the sticker. I usually put my stickers on the records, but if I ever resell this, I'd like for whoever owns it to have the sticker. So you probably can't see this, but this does have like even held to the light, you can't really see it, but it has like a very faint, like cloudy effect to this vinyl, black vinyl. Yeah, here's Rick, like fucking about to bean some monster in the skull. And the other side is the chapel with the side 2, side 1. Yeah, this was good. This sounded really good. It was at least I remember it sounding good. I did listen to this. There's a little like thing right here. It's on the dead wax, so I don't really care. But yeah, I don't remember this. I think when I think they might have fucked up the coloring, because I remember when I ordered this, I think I got a more garish looking color for it. I think I got that, or I just got blood red, but whatever. Sounds fine, so I'm not really gonna complain much. If that sounded like complaining, I'm sorry. But yeah, another bootleg to the collection. Here's another game soundtrack, sort of. This one's the Pink album by Kirby's Dream Band. I got this because what was it? I happened to be on the video game vinyl subreddit, and I saw that they were repressing this. I was like, oh, Kirby's Dream Band? I've never heard of them. And I assumed that they were just one of those bands that do like hard rock covers of game music. I don't normally like that or like care to get it on vinyl, but it's a nice gatefold. The reason I changed my tune is when I saw the track listing. So it not only has Kirby songs, but it also has like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy IV, Pokemon Red and Blue, Sonic 2, Street Fighter 2, but it also has a Cave Story medley in it, so that's really why I got it. But I actually ended up being really impressed with how this sounded. It was this is, you think that it'd go on pink vinyl, but it's actually a white color. I think there's a pink pressing of it, but it was back when this first released in 2014, I think. I believe that's when it came out. But this is very nice. If you can find this, I highly recommend it, or just listen to it on their Bandcamp, because it's a good album. It's a good album. I've gotten so fast at this. Look at how much I've already covered. Alright, so this one was cool. I happened to see this for $23 or so. This is Loaded by the Velvet Underground. I spent like a half hour one day trying to find out what pressing this was, because it's an old enough pressing to not have the barcode on the back. The later pressings put barcodes on here, but it's obviously not first pressing, because like you can just like take one look at it and it's way too new feeling to be a first edition, right? First pressing. It sounds good. This is a good album. It's the last Velvet Underground album with Lou Reed. And I think my search concluded with this being a release from 2004. It's really random year for a pressing. Like, it wasn't any anniversary. But I guess that's what it's from. I'm just gonna assume it's from 2004. If it's an earlier pressing and I'm none the wiser, so be it. Whew. Okay, what's this one? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I got this for a pretty good price, $16. This is Death Cab for Cuties Kintsugi. This is their oh geez, I'm always bad at counting albums. Count like their chronology. But I do know that this was the last album they did, or the last album to feature guitarist and producer Chris Walla. and Chris Walla was a mainstay of the band ever since the beginning. Him and Ben Gibbard were the only founding members that were still around at that point. But this album, I think, this album's kind of, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna say it's good. The first half is definitely better than the second half. Like, it starts with, the first 3 songs are really good, and it kind of falls off a little bit. Yeah, so like this whole first side A is like is like crazy strong, and it just sort of like kind of dips and then comes in waves and waves. The last song's called Binary Sea. Binary Sea comes in waves. But yeah, I think overall it's still a pretty decent album, and it is an important album in the band's discography because it's the last one with Chris. Admittedly, there's only been one album after it without Chris, but presumably they're working on more stuff. Ben's been working on some solo stuff at least in the meantime. All right, so this one was a gift from Brian, and it's the Gradius 1 soundtrack. Oh, hang on, wait, actually, hold that thought, Gradius heads, because I want to show you something from the Kintsugi album. So it's three sides, side A, B, and C, but so that means it's 2 LPs. So what's on side 4? Or D, I guess it would be. Well, it's this. It's the pattern on the front of the album, just simplified. Death Cab for Cutie, Kintsugi. It's okay, you can put your hands on this, it's fine. It's etched in, it's an etching. It looks really cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. Hope you liked it. So yeah, Gradius. That was a gift from Brian. I have Gradius 3 on vinyl already. Gradius 3 is it's a very, I don't want to say formative. It's a game that I played a lot when I was a kid, like very, very young. It's one of the first games I can really remember playing. I've never beaten it. I've never beaten Gradius 3. Maybe one day I'll do like I've been shooting around the idea of like streaming the game until I beat it, however long that takes. But I always remember, like, I get tired after streaming for 2 hours. I would never be able to beat Gradius 3 in one go. So yeah, this is what I mean when I was talking about the Splatterhouse lithograph. It's like this is just the cover, or actually no, it's completely different art. It's different art, but it's still official art. And on the back you get an essay by one Jeremy Parrish. He has a really good channel called I think it's just called Jeremy Parrish, but he has a series called like NES Works, SNES Works, where he reviews like every single game in a catalog, and it's this really clean looking clear vinyl. The Gradius soundtrack is a lot shorter than the Gradius 3 soundtrack, so this kind of goes by in a flash, but it's still good chiptune stuff. Oh boy. So from here on out, we got nothing but bangers, alright? I don't want to alarm you guys, but in April, I think it was April, My Bloody Valentine announced that they were signed to Domino Records. It's the label that has like Arctic Monkeys and Franz Ferdinand and stuff. And alongside that signing, their MBV got put on Spotify and all other streaming services finally. And after that, they relaunched their store and had these pre-orders for new pressings of all 3 of their studio albums. Ooh. Now, their first and their third album I already had on vinyl, but those pressings, at least isn't anything. It wasn't a very good pressing. It was from like 2002 or whatever. It was one of the plain recordings ones. If you know My Bloody Valentine, you know that those pressings are junk. So I snatched up the opportunity to pre-order all 3 of the deluxe edition versions of the soundtrack, or of the albums. These the deluxe editions, I think they're like sourced. Maybe I'll explain it. Fully analog cut, yeah, all right. It's like an analog version instead of a digital conversion, I think, of the albums, and the gatefolds, they're tip-on gatefolds, so they feel a lot better. You can kind of just like tell that these are a lot higher quality than whatever your standard record is. Yeah. So this isn't anything, and out of the three, this is probably my least favorite. But I figured I'd get it just to have the collection be complete. Ooh, yeah, geez, and this fucking record is heavy as hell, and they're all in black, standard black, but that's fine. They don't need any like cool colors because these albums are already expensive enough. You know, sometimes standard black is classy. It's classy. So that's that. That isn't anything. So, of course, I mean, I said I had all three. And I do. It's kind of hard to put. It's not that hard, actually. The real star, not to disparage these other two albums, but I never had this album before, and it's a very expensive record if you want to get a good version of it that isn't a bootleg. But finally, I have Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. Very iconic album. And ooh, yeah, this like red, it really shines in the light, like refracts and pops out so much against the art. This record looks really clean. I'm excited to finally have it. You know, on the inside you got the blue version. I think this is from the Soon music video or something. Whatever, who cares? You know, it has all the credits and stuff, and the sleeve, ooh, yeah. Just that Loveless aesthetic all the way through. You know, red would look nice on this, but I do also, again, I like how classy the black is. See if you can't look at this better. Yeah. Give you a better look at the sleeve too, because I think they really outdid themselves with the sleeve. Just like so. And I have listened to this one. This sounds great. They all sound great. All my Bloody Valentine records sound great. And you know, now that I have these versions, I could probably sell my older copy of Isn't Anything in MBV. Maybe not for the prices I paid for them, but probably a decent amount. At least for the MBV, because my other copy doesn't sound bad. I actually haven't gotten the chance to listen to this one to see if it sounds any different. At least I don't think I have. I've had these for so long. You guys got to understand. It's been a long. I've held on to these for a long time. Yeah, that pops out. That pops out a lot more. Oh boy. And this one, the first two were just gatefolds. Again, this is just like, I think someone described MBV as Cool Ranch Loveless. I'm inclined to agree. But this one is interesting because the first two were just regular gatefolds, but only had one inner, or one LP. So the other side was just closed off. But this one actually has another opening, and it's for the lithographs. Another just collection of pictures. Now these are kind of hard to. They're in like a plastic sleeve that has like a self-stick thing. So, and it's a flimsy plastic, so it's kind of hard to put back into its little sleeve. I don't want to just leave them in here, but these are on like nice glossy paper. You know, it's just pictures that kind of match the feel of the album. I don't know if like my other copy did not come with these, so this is I assume this is new for this version of the album, but I'm surprised not surprised, but I'm curious as to why it's the only one where they went this extra mile with the pictures. I guess they wanted to make up for the fact that this one didn't come with a CD, because the other MBV record had like a CD case, or just a CD. It came with a CD and like a cardboard like inner insert sort of thing. Did I get them all in? I think I did. Very nice. I fought again. I I was thinking to myself like, oh, do I want to put these back on the camera? It might take too long. Speaking of taking too long, I'm gonna have to re-record this shit, or just like start another session because my camera can't record more than 25 minutes, and I have 3 more records to get through. So this one's gonna be. I was hoping to get under, but alas. Okay. So I said I was going to save this one for last, but I changed my mind because it's a meme. It's the YIIK soundtrack, alright? I found the YIIK soundtrack at Bull Moose, and I was like, well, I have to get this. I have to. The ironic fan base of YIIK is getting stronger every day. Soon enough, it will be an unironically loved game. And I can't wait to be part of that, to contribute to that reality. This is it's like a nice pink splatter. I actually like how this looks. And like the YIIK soundtrack, it's got some, for whatever reason, like the Allenson brothers like had just a lot of connections in the indie game industry, so they got a lot of great collaborators for the soundtrack. Like, I mean, everyone knows that Toby Fox did a song for it. Is there anything else in here? No. Yeah, Toby Fox did a song for it. I actually don't know if this one. Surely that Toby Fox song is on here. It's like the random battle theme. If I had to complain about one thing, the text is really small. It's really small on here. Da 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 da. I'm not seeing him. Yeah, I don't think Toby Fox's song is on here. That's interesting. But what was it? Michael Kelly or Garode, the guy who did the Valhalla soundtrack song, is on here, so that's good at least. That still is strange, but whatever. This is apparently one of 300. There's only 300 of these in existence. In existence. I have to wonder if obviously this game isn't actually that well revered, so I can't imagine we'll get another pressing of this soundtrack. So if you actually want the YIIK soundtrack, you better find it. Here's a cool one that I actually just found on a whim. I didn't know this existed, but it's the Wizorb soundtrack on vinyl. I got this. Guess what? While I was researching for the Wizorb video I made, and I found that this was on vinyl. I checked on a couple of reseller websites, or like Light in the Attic and stuff, and they were all sold out. And this is YEIIK Records number 9. If you want a comparison, this was pressed by the YEIIK, and so was this. And this is YEIIK Records number 57. So this was really early on. I think this was a 2018 release. But I ended up checking the YEIIK, and they still had them in stock, so I think you might be able to find this now. Fair warning that it is a picture disc. This is supposed to look like the ball, the orb, if you will. I made a concerted effort to make sure that I always refer to it as the orb in the Wizorb video. But yeah, it's fashioned after the orb. It sounds about as good as you would expect. I mostly just got this for the sake of having it, because my Wizorb video may not have been incredibly positive, at least compared to when I first played it, but I do still like Wizorb as a game, and the soundtrack's good. So, a nice, physical keepsake of a game that I think is digital only is nice. It's nice to have. I put this backwards, yeah. You can probably still find them. I can't imagine, unless I somehow... Oh, jeez. I knew I was fucking going up against something. It's the download code. I actually already bought this album off Bandcamp, so I already have it. First of all, here's the little painting here. I like how this looks like a classic Atari game cover. Here's the code. If you want the soundtrack for free, go ahead and take it. I don't care. 'Cause I already have it. I have it twice. I just did the same fucking thing I did last time. Man, what a drag. But yeah, I got this back in May, I think. So this is already a month old. The YIIK album is actually the last one I got. I got that like last week, I think. Last week. Maybe 2 weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure it was last week. And finally, we have one more album. Now this is a good one. This is a doozy right here. To kind of like keep you in suspense, there's a video I made like almost 2 years ago now, back when I started doing doing my vinyl vlogs or whatever in this house. I came up with the idea to do like a 5 albums I want on vinyl video. I recorded it, I filmed it and everything, but I didn't like how it turned out for whatever reason, so I scrapped it. I deleted the footage, it's long gone, but so you won't believe me when I say this if you never talked to me in real life, but one of the albums on there that I said I wanted on vinyl that wasn't on yet, it was never pressed, it was Fountains of Wayne's Welcome Interstate Managers, their 2003 album, the one with Stacy's mom, among other songs. Never got pressed. I never knew why. A bunch of their other albums were, but not this one. Arguably their most famous one, so it was very strange. And it's a really good album. If you never listened to it, I highly recommend it. It may seem a little long in the tooth, but I've grown to appreciate some of the songs I used to not care for too much over the years. I've listened to this album a lot. But so yeah, and I think it was in September of 2020 for like Record Store Day, or like Record Store Day Black Friday. I think Real Gone Music announced that they had gotten the rights to press Fountains of Wayne's Welcome Interstate Managers. I was stoked. I was so stoked. Not only was I stoked, I was chomping at the bit. I really wanted this album. And then it turns out that Bull Moose, the local store I would go to get records and games and stuff, they were getting an exclusive pressing, so I waited a little longer, a few more months after the Record Store Day Black Friday thing. It got a little weird there for a bit because Bull Moose did this whole thing that I can't explain in a video, but they basically did a fucky wucky, and then they mostly seem to have righted that fucky wucky in the meantime from me ordering this album and getting it. So I had mixed feelings when it finally arrived, but I wasn't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. But here it is. Here it is. Welcome Interstate Managers. Oh my god, here it is. What's really funny is that the first... it ended up being a good thing I didn't get the first pressing of this, because they actually had a typo. They... I don't think on the backside, but on the record itself, they call Mexican wine Mexican summer, which is really funny. I know there's a line in here because the sun still shines in the summertime, but come on, guys, what are you doing? And this is on like a translucent blue, which I think looks really nice. I think they call it Bright Future and Sales blue. I don't know what the connotation is or the correlation between Bright Future and Sales and blue, but I think there was also a red version they had, but I wanted the blue one more. I'm glad I picked it. But yeah, it's kind of surreal. It's surreal to have this, especially after wanting it for so long. It makes me wish I got... I wish I uploaded that video so I could feel even... This one's, for some reason, kind of hard to take out. So I'm not going to take it out anymore. It makes me wish I uploaded that 5 albums I want on vinyl video because... Oh my god. Like, how is this so tight? That's one complaint I have. As for the record itself, sounds good. No complaints. Yeah, just to have help. I wish I had that video uploaded so there's some like vindication live on the internet, just so you didn't have to just take my word for it. Something I think would have been nice to have on here is like a dedication to Chris Collingwood, or sorry, not Chris Collingwood, Adam Schlesinger, a dedication to him because I know it wouldn't be faithful to the original album, but in the meantime, since he had since this album had released, I think in 2020 he died of COVID complications. And Adam Schlesinger, he has a really storied career. Like he has a lot of accolades that span past Fountains of Wayne. So R.I.P. to that guy. So he had some really good riffs on this album, among other Fountains of Wayne records. But yeah, 2003, 2020. This is crazy. This is really cool to just finally have after all these years. A grail, if you will. I think we'll call it a grail. But that's all of them. How many records did I get over these past couple of months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I thought it was going to be 20, but I think it's going to be only 15. 12, 13, 14, 15, 10 the single. 16, 17, 18, 19. So just under 20. If you want to include the singles. And also, this one I'm just going to talk about because I have an album coming in a week or like in a few days or something. It's the 40th anniversary pressing of Oingo Boingo's Only a Lad. I'm just gonna put that in my Discogs. I'm not gonna put it on video. Maybe I'll take a picture of it on my Instagram or something. I just didn't want to wait for that one to finally do this video because I've been putting it off for literal months. And it's nice my favorite part about this is I get to put all these fucking records in their cubbies instead of next to them. So, because if they're next to the cubby, I know that I have to talk about them in a vlog. Ooh, okay. Obviously, these haven't been months. This month in vinyl and for a super long time, and I don't think it's gonna end up that way anytime soon. So it's definitely has turned into a whenever I feel like it series. If that disappoints you, I'm sorry, but it's despite this huge stack. Would you believe me if I said I haven't been buying that many records? I say this every time, and I'm gonna say it again. I've been slowing down. I think I'm. The thing is that if you've seen the room tour video, you know how many records I have. I have not 3 cubbies full, but 3 cubbies that are almost full each, or 6 cubbies. Sorry, 6 that are all almost full. So it's getting to a point where if I get any more, I'm gonna run out of space. And if I run out of space, then I need to get more cubbies. But the way my room is set up, I literally cannot fit anymore. So I'm literally running up against a physical problem here. So I can't get much more. That isn't to say the series is dead or anything. It'll show up at some point. Surprisingly, it's interesting. I've been getting more games lately. I've bought a lot of games in the meantime, which I've neglected for years. Just focusing on my game collection. But yeah, I think I'm kind of droning on. I'm rambling, so I'm gonna cut this off now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you when I see you. Later. Woo. Okay.